I was taken aback by how good of a job Episode 8 did to build up the season finale. I am so excited to see shit hit the fan next week. Oh wait, that was the finale.
A jest, my lord.
Whoops. I'm obviously very bothered by the lack of on-screen action and medieval depravity in this episode, and quite honestly, the season as a whole, but I have a feeling a lot of other people's videos will be diving deep into that topic. So in honor of the 2 episodes that were cut from this season, I'm gonna talk about the 2 moments in this episode that pissed me off the most. The first moment is found in a relatively solid scene, but unfortunately, this scene has a major flaw, which to me makes the whole conflict of the moment feel a lot less believable. When Rhaenyra walks into Harrenhal, the Riverland troops do not immediately kneel. They only kneel after Daemon acknowledges Rhaenyra as his queen.
You are the true queen, Rhaenyra. I am meant to serve you, and all of these with me, until death, or the end of our story.
As if their loyalty was dependent on Daemon's decision. This lack of acknowledgement and respect towards Rhaenyra directly conflicts the chain of command that was very clearly established in the previous episode.
My best course is to defer to the oath my grandsire swore to King Viserys when he named Rhaenyra his heir. I see no reason to cast aside loyalty, no matter how loathsome I may find her representative, the prince.
King, mind your tongue, boy.
Will you have our army or not?
The troops of the Riverlands get their orders from the Riverlords, who get their orders from Oscar Tully, who has made it abundantly clear that his loyalty is not to Daemon, but to Rhaenyra.
We recognize the authority of the named heir, Queen Rhaenyra, and your own, as her king consort.
Therefore, the question of Daemon's loyalty should be between him and Rhaenyra, not the troops that have amassed to fight under her banner. The secret meeting where this dude on Rhaenyra's council discussed contesting her claim should have no impact on how the Riverland troops would perceive Rhaenyra, considering he did not discuss these plans with the Riverlords themselves. And even if he did, why would they follow Daemon after we've already heard how they feel about him?
Why should we now follow a boy younger than my own sons, when you will align with one who will desecrate the innocent to reach his aims?
I have no love for Daemon Targaryen. He has dishonored himself and the crown.
And therefore, their hesitance to kneel makes absolutely no sense. But this moment pales in comparison to what I'm about to talk about. Everything involving Commander Lohar and Tywin Lannister was terrible. The show fails to provide a valid reason to believe that she would be the admiral of the Triarchy's fleet. She is, in a sense, the successor to the Crab Feeder. The Crab Feeder, one of the most brutal characters Game of Thrones has ever introduced. His atrocities on par with Ramsay Bolton. No, please! Show me why the same people who were enraptured in the war for the Stepstones would be so unwaveringly loyal to her.
She's like a female Blackbeard. Like, what if I was just absolutely like covered in knives and just had all this stuff?
Show me how this woman was able to gain the respect of people who most likely rape and reave on a regular basis.
You were pirates, and waylaid ships, taken slaves, cargo.
People that share a similar barbaric mentality to the people found on the Iron Islands in Game of Thrones.
I have been reaving and raping since before you left Balon's balls, Captain. Don't reckon I've got much use for your ideas on how to do it. Don't reckon I've got much use for a captain at all. I'm thinking I could do the job of captain real well myself.
The show instead tells us that the fleet is loyal to her without providing a reason.
His name is Lohar. The sailors are fiercely loyal to him. If he does not lead them, they will not fight.
He is no man.
A jest, my lord.
Then we're shown a mud wrestling match where she fucking loses against a character we're not meant to respect.
What sort of man are you? A poet.
Salute the captain's daughter.
She feels like one of these very colorful characters ripped right out of the pages of George's books.
If she's only barely winning against this weakling, then what does that tell me about her fighting abilities? How does this performance reinforce her status in any way, shape, or form?
And let the sea snake rue the day we meet again.
Stop! We yield!
They're not going to respect you until you prove yourself.
Subscribe to Medium Beetle and sit the Iron Throne yourself.
So for what reason did they decide to include this shitty scene?
It can be a rough show. It's grim, it's a war, a lot of people die. So having that moment of levity and just sort of off-kilterness was really important to us and a really welcome little bit of fun.
Not only was this scene substituted for what could have been potentially some cool action, but the Triarchy literally went from feeding people to crabs to frat house shenanigans. Are you kidding me? Like, you could have made a beach volleyball scene that I could take more seriously than this shit.
The people there take her entirely seriously.
So yeah, those are basically the two shittiest things in this episode. With that out of the way, I do want to say that there were a bunch of scenes that I did enjoy, but it was overshadowed by the fact that nothing fucking happened. The only payoff I got was blue balls. So let me know how these scenes made you feel in the comments below. Let me know if you think one of the other scenes was even worse than the ones I listed. And if you enjoy Admiral Lohar, then you're delusional. And you obviously didn't see the crab feeder in Season 1. That's all I could say.
Fuck you, Admiral Lohar.
Fuck your whore mother!